know who you are deep down in your heart.
But do I? I don't know. All right, up here in the top left is
MVP SC.
There he is. He started off 0-2, and SC has fought his way back, winning 3 games in a row to get to these tiebreakers. Will he retain that against this guy?
StarCraft II.
Wow. All right. The STC and SC pretty much mirror builds thus far. No gas is taken at this point for either one of them. And it looks like we might just see a macro game here. Both players looking to be heading towards 1-Rack's expansion builds. Racks, of course, being short for barracks. The building that Terrans used to build Marines. For anyone that's new to StarCraft and isn't too familiar with all the terminology.
Neither player is taking gas, so they want to play a long game against each other. It's going to be 1-Rack's expand versus 1-Rack's expand. TVT. Get soda out of your refrigerator. I know you probably drank them all already, so you're still here. Okay.
Yep.
It's been now about 5 hours since the broadcast started.
Remember we were talking earlier, we were like, oh, well, last season this group took 4 hours and 15 minutes, and this group took 4 hours and 40 minutes. Well, it has been 4 hours and 43 minutes right now.
Walter, let me tell you some trivia.
Give me some trivia.
Today, I actually, I had to run a lot of errands for Chemistry. I considered I wasn't that hungry. I considered not getting lunch before I came here. I'm so glad that I did. Imagine myself now if I had not eaten lunch.
You know what? I can imagine it because I didn't eat lunch on the way in. I just bought like a little rice roll, and that's all I've had to eat for the last like 8 hours.
Oh wow!
I was like, maybe I should get some food just in case. I'm like, no. I'll wait till after the cast. I'll get some food later. It'll be fine.
Well, let this be a lesson to you.
Yeah, well, yesterday was the opposite, where I brought too much food with me, and then I was like, well, I guess I have to eat this now.
Now, we have a divergence here in the builds. We have 3-Racks going up for SC, as his opponent has gone towards the tech. He's getting his factory up very quickly. So usually when this happens, the player who goes for factory tech ends up being safer in the long run, but he loses map control temporarily. So we'll see how this plays out. There's a reactor going down the barracks next to the factory for the STC. He may reactor out some Hellions to control the map as well, but that usually at this late stage of the game is not very effective. We'll see what he can do with it. He may just be able to control the watchtower. He won't be able to kill any SCVs or run by, but he'll stop those Marines from being out on the map and pressuring, like I was talking about. This SCV is somehow managed to sneak in here, get his first scout of his opponent's base, and which he learns absolutely nothing.
Yep, learns absolutely nothing. He was trying to sneak around the side there, just barely to see if there was a command center. He did not.
He feels confident though. As soon as he saw that bunker placement, he pulled his Marines away from the edge of his map where he's waiting for Banshees and Reapers. So
makes sense.
Timing. Oh, a scan goes off, and C is not only the reactor, but also we'll see the Banshee production here. That's going to be scary for SC because he does not have Sim on the way. His combat shield's on the way. He just now started his factory, so the first Banshee could potentially do a lot of damage, even though he knows about it.
Yep, and we do not see any cloak for the STC, which is wise. I mean, if you get scanned with your Banshee, then wait a minute. He's not building a Banshee. He's building a medevac.
Yep, he switched it.
Okay, there we go. I was just going to say it was smart for him not to get cloaked, but it's even smarter for him not to get Banshees.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't... In this case, yes, because he doesn't know what his opponent's doing. But against the build that SC is doing, the Banshee could actually potentially do a lot of damage. But he doesn't know if he followed up with Factory Tech or he followed up... The other thing, he decided not to scan. And now he can actually use his medevac to lift Hellions and Marines into the main base.
Yep, very nice. And he's following it up with a Raven. And no, actually, he canceled the Raven and made a Viking.
Yeah. Change his name to Salaman.
What?
You know,
Does Sella cancel stuff and change a
Sella
lot?
is, a lot of people don't know this about Sella's ID. It's short for Cancella. He was called Cancella for canceling often. That's
Really?
What he got his ID. Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. I did not know that.
But this...
is that serious?
No, it's actually true.
Okay. It sounded like it might even be a joke because it's
No,
like
it's true, man. Anyway,
Cancella.
he's going to kill a lot of units here. He doesn't even have Blue Flame yet, but he will soon. Went a little bit too early there for that, but either way, he still did some damage.
Triple factories for for the STC.
Yep, he's meching pretty hard.
He's meching hard.
There's this weird vehicle at the Natural. I don't know what it is.
Oh yeah. It looks like it's a bomb or something.
It looks like maybe it could shoot lasers out of the front of it, but I don't know.
Maybe
I don't know
it's
if that's
maybe
the front
it's
or the back,
maybe it's just a
actually.
surveying device. If you guys want to go on this play game on this map, check out the area next to the ramp on the bottom right spawn.
Oh, the medevac getting so close to that turret.
Saw the turret pulled back. Nicely done. Is the STC going to try and make something happen with this, though, or is he just going to go home with that?
I think he's going to wait until an opportune moment.
Maybe, yeah. Because he's already spent the money on the blue flame.
Coincidentally, a medevac got lifted up to drop units out. Now he's I don't know about this. He's targeting down something.
Those Hellions are going to die. 2 of them die. 3rd one almost does. That was, I mean, he completely scouted there. I'm not sure what he was hoping to accomplish.
Well, the thing is...
Well, I guess with four Hellions, you can get a good strike and kill a bunch of SCVs really quick.
He's not doing... It's not like the Rush, the old Blue Flame Hellion drop build where it's like, oh, it didn't work, so I guess he's in trouble. He's meching, and that's just 4 Hellions now. He didn't even lose the medevac or take any damage on it, so it's just like losing 4 Hellions. When you're meching and you have so many Hellions anyways, it's not even that big of a deal. He's actually going to go in for a second wave here. He's keeping his opponent's army count quite low. I like the trade for a few Hellions for some Marines and SCVs.
Ooh. And a double drop is coming in from the side. Oh, and that patrol is in the wrong spot at the wrong time. The medevacs fly right by out of vision range. Now he can see it, though, a little bit later. Will he react quickly enough? No, he's not reacting. He needs to send his units back into the back of his base. Finally, he reacts and sends a lot in there. Not before losing a few buildings.
With the Vikings here, though, he may be able to catch the medevacs.
That's true, actually.
Not quite.
Well, there was a couple of Marines in there. So the STC not reacting immediately there, but reacting well enough. Stops too much damage from happening. He's supply blocked for the moment, but building 3 depots in a command center to take care of that.
Yep, SC's command center is up way earlier, by the way. He's starting his 4th refinery right now. He is going heavy bio, though. He's actually gone up to 5 barracks. He's producing medevacs. Guess what his siege tank count is? He has no siege tanks.
Oh.
That was a trick question.
Dang it.
He is going to be pretty hard-pressed to deal with this push. He's actually going to get slaughtered here, especially if he tries to walk up this ramp.
Falls back. Doesn't want to engage those siege tanks. Yeah, this is a scary, scary push for the STC.
He just has the perfect composition.
Yep. SC just doesn't have what it takes. He's got a ton of Hellions there.
He almost has enough for 2-point defense drones to absorb Marauder fire.
Nice. Yeah, this is... I don't know if SC can hold this at all. I don't know how he's going to be able to hold it. He's even going to siege up on the low ground, maybe, and fire at the buildings in the main, is what it looks like.
Yep. Will he drop point defense drones to stop these Marauders?
This is it. This is SC's last chance. If he loses this battle, he will be out, and he's not in Code S this season. The STC trying to hold desperately. He can feel Code S within his grasp, and everything dies. SC's army gets slaughtered. The STC now 50 supply ahead, and this is pretty much going to be over here in just a moment. Viking's still there. The point defense drone is still there even. He's got complete superiority of the air and the ground. Rallying in more units. SC, I mean, this is his last chance. He's been fighting so hard. He's won his last 3 games after not doing well in the beginning. He's trying desperately to come back somehow in this game, but he doesn't know how bad off he is right now.
Depot. That's not gonna help, SC. That's not gonna help, man. I don't know about that one, SC.
He needs to feel like he can do something, but you know what? There's nothing else he can do. There's nothing he can do to break this contain right now.
Part of the problem is he invested so much in that command center he was never really able to use.
True.
And he's starting to lose his add-ons, which means fewer Marauders, fewer Marines. Third base for the STC now being secured. No drops able to escape. And he's just going to slowly push in here.
Yeah, I think he's maybe hoping for one last desperate moment where the tanks are unsieged and he can stim in and kill them all without the Vikings landing or something like that. But what?
Just watching these medevacs try to heal units, they can't because there's so many Vikings.
Yeah.
Well, STC,
I mean, basically,
when he read the Taurus and the Hare, he misunderstood the motto. It's not slow and steady loses the race. But I mean, he had like a moment where it's like maybe he can like pull a bunch of SCVs and break the contain, but now it's like no, I'm sorry, that just won't work either.
Well, he hasn't been making a ton of Hellions. Like I said, if he throws away a couple of Hellions and then he's unsieged, he can do it. But
I mean, all I see right now in SC is a failure to accept the fact that he's not in Codex this season. And I don't blame him for that. It's been a tough road for him today.
yeah.
But he cannot win this fight. He's trying to get his bio army as close to max as possible. He's like, you can't hit me, but I don't know if this is going to work out. The SCC has handed the barracks in the main, targeting down the last medevacs. All right, here we go. The SCVs have been pulled. There's so many Hellions. He's not actually sending them all together.
Vikings aren't even going to land. The Hellions are there in the front. He's got a building, a manor command center to block the units from getting in. And the siege tanks are just so many.
They never end.
They never end. Endless siege tanks for the win. The STC with 100 supply on top of SC's 32 remaining supply is going to be advancing. There is no doubt about it now at all. The STC is going to once again prove my doubt of him wrong and is going to be in Code S next season along with Maru Prime, and well fought, well earned indeed. The STC showing us some great games, even though he lost a couple games to Protoss players who you would have expected him to beat. He is going to be advancing. Look at this, SC is just taking his hands off the keyboard, trying to collect his thoughts here. He's so disappointed. He can't even bring himself to GG at this point, but he will have to soon enough.
Yep.
And he's, yeah, right now I'm looking over, he's just slumped in his chair. Now I think he's going to type it in a second here.
Yeah, he's going to stem his Marauders forward. The mules are being dropped.
There we go, GG. Oh! Wow, and the STC, I guess, is a Firebat Hero fan, maybe.
Well, he's just so happy to be in Code S after such an arduous set of matches. Some tough games we had to play today.
Yeah, incredibly well played. Oh man, look at SC. Aww, I'm sad. So disappointed.
The Wind coming to give him a high five and cheer him on for his victory.
So,
STC going bio, his opponent going mech, and playing more patient. And
yeah,
this won't be the last time you see SC. Of course, he'll be probably in the up and down matches next season.
Yeah, I would expect that.
If not even in Code S from winning the third round of Code A.
Yeah, exactly. SC is an extremely strong player. I was maybe starting to doubt a little bit when he lost those first two games. I'm like, oh man, does he still have what it takes? But I think he showed that even though he ended up losing today barely, that he is still a very strong player, winning 3 games.
How he won after losing to start and with his health condition today, it's absolutely amazing.
It is. So. It is indeed.
Alicia is actually, I think, the biggest disappointment of today, where he won. He got a lead from all-ins, and then continued to all in. Then when he had to prove himself, when he had to play the real game, could not do it. It looked embarrassingly bad. In fact, it was actually so bad.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, he basically won 3 games in a row and then lost 3 games in a row.
Yeah.
And
that's a 50-50 win rate.
that is a 50-50 win rate. It's true. So very disappointing for him, for Alicia as well.
Yeah.
To not get in there.
He's going to have to go home and have to practice a different style of gameplay. We'll see him again in Code A. All of these players, of course, will be in Code A, except 2 of them, Maru and the STC, will be going on to Code S.
There you go. That's correct. Yep, and let's not forget, and we're going to check all of our results right here in a second, the biggest disappointment of all, Bumblebee. Poor Bumblebee.
Well, I mean, he was the
Bumblebee.
He was the punching bag of this group.
He is going to be hiding his face when he goes back to the Prime House tonight. 0-5. JYP had a moment. He had a chance where he could have taken it and put it into a 5-way tie.
Maru shut him down.
But Maru shut him down. Convincing 4-1 victory for Maru.
Yep. So
and of
there
course,
are results.
There's the rest of the results we were just talking about as well.
Now tomorrow we will have Killer, Virus,
God.
Finn, Lucky, Brown, and Huck. 3 Protosses in tomorrow's group.
Oh my god. That group is going to be crazy too. So many good players there. Lucky is so good. Brown and Finn didn't do too well last season. They've played extremely well in the past, and we're looking forward to seeing what they can do. Killer, oh, poor Killer. He's just been in a slump, but he is, of course,
He played
one
better
of
in
the most
Code A.
accomplished players that there have been.
He played better in Code A than anyone ever thought he would this season. He recently joined Complexity. It seems to have affected his play. He seems to be a little bit happier in person as well ever since I saw that. So.
Yep. Virus, to be honest, I expect him to do not that well tomorrow, but he's surprised me in the past. He's actually the one that knocked Huck out of Code S before, so we'll see if he can, if I remember correctly, we'll see if he can do well against Huck again. But I'm also looking forward to see what Huck is capable of here because,
He's been given the seed. He's got a lot to prove.
He's got a lot to prove. He's been in a bit of a slump lately, but, you know, he's also the kind of player that comes out of slumps really charging ahead very hard, and he's done some pretty well in some recent foreign tournaments, so hopefully that will be the booster he needs to propel himself into a strong showing in tomorrow's up and down matches. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I am Woltrap, with me is Wolf. We hope you guys enjoyed it. See you later.
See ya.
You better mean what you say.